3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it's me, the Einstein of Wall Street. We are here with Trade Like Einstein. I am Peter Tuchman, and we're here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange in the balcony. History is made in this building every single day. Somebody with my long-term experience, I've been here for 137 years. It is my responsibility to help teach you how to navigate this market successfully. Boom!
Right now we're at the flagship store of G-Shock in Soho, New York. I'm KaNO. I'm an artist. I do character designs, I do animation, I do illustrations, murals, toy design, a little bit of everything. But overall, I'm just an artist. My brand is KaNO Kid. It's almost like divided half LA and half New York at this point. So I wanted a watch that combines those two. So half of the colors on my watch are blue and orange for like the Knicks, and the other half is purple and yellow for like the Lakers. I'm excited to be here today and psyched to finally have this piece out. I wanted to enhance the experience by having my artwork showcased, paintings, murals, toys that I've done in the last 10 years to give it a little bit more context of where I'm coming from. It's limited to 50 pieces and it's a store exclusive, so it's only available here in New York City.
Hey everybody, it's me, the Einstein of Wall Street, from the balcony at the New York Stock Exchange. It is a beautiful Monday. We are breaking thresholds here at the New York Stock Exchange. What better time to introduce you to one of the hottest artists out here. He's breaking barriers out there with G-Shock. He's got a toy, he's got a bear brick, he is an animator. Look, you know, Trade Like Einstein. For Money News Network, we deal with food, finance, fun, fellowship, fashion, and art, and that's why I bring you the ultimate, the best of the best. There is a new generation of young people out there who are multitasking in so many different ways. They're taking so many different genres of art. They're doing murals, they're doing artwork and actually paintings, they're doing toys. I mean, there is so much to the expanse of the different first generations that they're hitting, the different venues, the different genres of art that they're hitting, and so they are Renaissance people in so many different ways because they're approaching art in different ways to be able to reach the masses in so many ways. This is a gentleman who I've recently met. I've collected his work for a while. He is extraordinary. He's sort of covering the gambit of all things to do with art. This new generation, whether it's toys, whether it's murals, whether it's watches, whatever it is, he's hitting the streets hard. He grew up out here on the East Coast. I'm going to introduce you to my man, KaNO Kid. Welcome to the Stock Exchange, my man.
Welcome. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for opening the doors for me. And letting the culture in. It's an honor to be here. Yeah, do a little bit of everything, and met Peter, met the Einstein legend, and I've been here just this morning.
15 minutes.
Just
It's
jumped
already.
in here.
We're jumping in.
Doesn't get more New York than the Stock Exchange, so it's touching down here is awesome. And yeah, I came to share my artwork. I'm in town this weekend for a G-Shock release with Casio from their flagship Soho store. It's been awesome, and it's limited to 50 pieces. And this one right here.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
This one's for you.
Oh my God. Check this out. So look at this. So this is a young artist. Tell me where you grew up.
Yeah, I grew up.
Breakdown.
Yeah, born in Brooklyn, Kings County. Grew up in Queens, Left Rack City. Went to school at the High School of Art and Design, then the School of Visual Arts. Got my start at MTV Animation, drawing cartoons. Then went back to painting murals, which opened the doors for me to be building my brand and also doing great collaborations like this, Medicom, G-Shock, hopefully in the future, New Era and Nike. So that's where, a context of where I've been and kind of where I want to go.
But you know what, look, you're a young guy, you haven't been around that long, but you've already broken so many different barriers and different levels of art. Let's pull out the bear brick here. So KaNO originally is an animator, obviously as a youngster, art was obviously your thing, because that kind of pedigree, the School of Visual Arts and all that, you didn't just show up in those places. Your talent obviously was seen and noticed at an early age. What was the first thing that you did? Animation was the first thing, toys was the first thing. Where'd you go from basically your upbringing as a student of art?
Oh yeah, it would have to begin with graffiti and cartoons as a kid.
Okay.
You know, I'm an 80s kid, so I grew up on TV being brainwashed by toy commercials. New York in the 80s was all graffiti, and sometimes that graffiti would have cartoon characters like Smurfs or the Flintstones, and that's where my eye would go, and that's what just planted the seed for me to be able to know that this place existed where I could be a hybrid of all these different things.
Right.
And you know, it's just, you know, I just stay true to myself. Those are my influences that I bring with me and I take with me everywhere. And from design to producing things, that's what I carry with me. I started my professional working career as an animator at MTV Animation, and that was great, and that checked off that bucket list.
Right, that
and
box.
but then I was like, okay, well, I was at the time I was fairly young. I still had a lot more hunger and a lot more drive, and I was like, the world was opening up to the world of street art and all these other different things, and I wanted a piece of it. So I made it my goal to always stay creatively stimulated, so that
and
I
stay
would
relevant too.
Yeah.
Because look, the art, art has been around since the beginning of time, and it's one of the most amazing things is to watch it evolve. And look at street art; it's looking like hip hop. Look at how music evolved in so many ways relative to the neighborhood and the streets. So did street art. Whether it came to the streets on graffiti on the back of a subway car, right? That was an extraordinary way for young people to show their creativity in ways that wouldn't normally be traditional, right? And so breaking those barriers are so amazing for me, and you're obviously on the cutting edge that way. So to be able to look, a lot of people are a flash in the pan, and they may have talent, but they may try one thing, but they don't end up going on to doing what you've done. You started out doing graffiti and whatnot, then MTV and animation, that's a huge thing. Obviously, then you went to the toys, right? And toys, some people may not know this, but it is actually, look, I have my own toy. I'm sorry we didn't bring it up here. One day we'll do a story about that. But look, that is a great way to build a brand, right?
Yes.
He is who he is. KaNO Kid is somebody noticeable on the street, noticed by his toys and his brand. Building a brand for all of you young people out there who are trying to figure out what to do with your lives, to be able to understand social media, to understand branding and advertising. For me, even though I'm a trader here and I've been a trader for 137 years, for me, branding and advertising is the most exciting thing. And to take the time that we have with social media and everything, people should consider doing that if they're trying to start a business, right? Whatever it may be, building your brand and finding your identity and finding your mission on this incredible journey called life that we go through. It's amazing. But look, your energy is amazing. So you started, look, that's a spectacular spitting image of this gentleman. It is a Bear Brick collab. People should look up Bear Brick because it's an amazing, people who are part of Medicom and part of Bear Brick doing collabs like KaNO Kid, that's a major move in the direction where some of the biggest players in the game are endorsing you, are embracing you, and making a toy for you.
For sure, just like right now, you having me here is one of the biggest players endorsing me.
I'm so excited about that. So look, one of the things that caught notice, because I've had this toy sitting next to me since COVID, or maybe a little bit of time later, because for me, toys are really inspirational. I love the way they look. I love the way they sit on your desk. They wake me up in the morning, and I find them inspirational. Also, look at some of the artwork that KaNO does, some of the animation. Let's talk about your first toy there. Pull it out. Let's.
Yeah, this is my first toy right here. This was my first investment in myself, and they, opened the doors for a lot of opportunities for me. His name is Money Grip, which is an old 80s hip hop street term. Money Grip is something that you refer to as a friend, like, what's up, Money Grip? How you doing?
Okay,
and that's where it comes from. And it just
that.
so happens to be that it's I wanted it to be a personification of that word, like Money Grip, right? He's a fist. He's not gripping money, but you get the point, right?
I love that.
So,
how better than to be on the stock exchange with my man, with
so
Money Grip right
I can't
here.
believe Money Grip.
Money Grip's here at the NYSE.
That's amazing. I had to put that together, but yeah, he's here, and so yeah, it's just one of those things, one of those characters that when I designed it, I wanted it to exist. When you come into a toy store and you see it, I don't have to tell you about it. It's just an appealing toy, and with all the experience that I got from animation and character designs, I was able to design something appealing that stands on its own. I'd like for my toys to be able to represent me. So like if you go into a toy store and you see this guy and you see this guy, you kind of get the picture who the artist is.
Exactly. So how did
Mm-hmm.
that morph into and evolve into you being, whether that came first or that came first? What's the evolution from, because not a lot of people who are artists that way go into toys. You're either a visual artist that way or you're into toys. So tell me because you're really covering all bases, and that's impressive to me.
Cool, I appreciate that. Well, yeah, originally it starts with drawing. It starts with the actual flat art, the 2D art.
Right.
This is would become more from my from my discipline of a character designer, and my graffiti comes into character designs with the way the lines go, the arrows, just the colors that I'm hitting, and the nostalgia 80s element. This is like a transformer.
It does, it really, look, it feels, whether it's Soul Train, it feels like the streets, it feels graffiti-ish. It's covering really everything. You see it and you feel the culture, it's amazing.